In July 1944, 730 delegates from 44 nations gathered at the Mount Washington Hotel. The official story says they were there to stabilize the post-war world, but the forensic record tells a different story. They were there to build a financial cage with only one key. This is the Bretton Woods Thesis. The moment your local currency stopped being a sovereign asset and became a satellite of the US dollar. At the heart of the conference was a brutal, intellectual war. On one side, John Maynard Keynes. Representing a fading British Empire, he proposed the Bancor, a neutral global currency that no single nation could control. On the other, Harry Dexter White, the American architect. He had a simpler, more aggressive plan. The dollar would be the world's anchor, and the dollar alone would be backed by gold. Why did White fight Keynes so brutally? Because the Bancor was fair. It penalized nations in too much debt and those with too much surplus. It was a system of balance. White didn't want balance. He wanted hegemony. He knew that if the dollar became the global reserve, the United States could run deficits forever, and the rest of the world would be forced to finance them. This is the exorbitant privilege, a slow-motion heist disguised as international cooperation. The leverage was undeniable. By 1944, the United States held 20,000 tons of gold, nearly 80% of the world's official reserves. White's plan won. The deal was struck. The dollar was pegged to gold at $35 per ounce, and every other nation pegged their currency to the dollar. But it was a trap of dependency. For 27 years, the world operated on a promise that for every paper dollar in circulation, there was a physical sliver of gold in Fort Knox. But the math was already failing. To fund the Vietnam War, the U.S. printed far more dollars than it had gold. By 1971, the ratio was mathematically impossible. Foreign nations, led by France, began to see through the illusion. They demanded their gold back. The system didn't just crack, it was intentionally severed. Why does this matter in 2026? Because we are witnessing the final stage of this experiment, the great uncoupling. When the US prints money today, the entire world pays the price through devaluation. The lesson of 1944 is that whoever controls the reserve currency controls the rules of reality. In our next file, we move from the failures of systems to the secrets of survival. We uncover the 5 specific assets that have survived every monetary collapse in history, and the ones that always go to zero. Until then, join us to learn the mechanics of money, deconstruct the truth, ego, and empire.